I am going to share with you how to become instantly magnetic. So you move through reality as if the universe is literally rolling out the red carpet for you underneath your feet as you walk it, rearranging itself to consistently align you with your highest timeline. This is not something that can stay conceptual. I'm going to share some things, but it has to go beyond conceptual. It has to be part of your direct experience, what I'm about to share. This is really moving into your quantum womb of creation where all things are possible. Where most people get it wrong is they remain living from conceptual reality, hooked by the dualistic mind, where they're constantly living from what they think they should be doing and bouncing back and forth between the dualistic nature that this world is exists in, right? So constantly chasing a carrot, trying to achieve or get something outside of yourself, projecting into the future, or running from something in the past, maybe something you don't want to repeat. So you're either worried about something from the past repeating, or you're chasing something in the future that you think is going to make you feel better, or bring you more abundance or love or validation or whatever it is. And this is where most people stay, oftentimes their entire life, bouncing back and forth between this duality, this polarity, which there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm speaking to is creating from the source of creation, which is one with all that is and everything that you desire. When you are unified and embodied in the source of what you are, which is life itself, you magnetize in everything that is divinely aligned for you, that's part of your highest timeline, because you are already one with it. There is no separation. Separation is the illusion. So we're going to dive into this. This is really tapping into the quantum womb of creation where all possibilities exist. Your ideal timeline already exists. Your highest timeline already exists. And you are walking through the world kind of like selecting what it is you want to create. And then the quantum field is calibrating to what you're focused on, what you're conscious of being. And it is reflecting back to you what you're conscious of being. So I say this all the time. The world is a mirror, not a window. You cannot look outside of yourself in the world of form and react to the things that you are seeing if you want to shift into your highest timeline. The world is a reflection of what you used to be thinking, what you used to be doing, how you used to be acting, what you used to be saying yes to or no to, and your old conditioning, your old patterns. Right here, right now is a new moment. And it's not even really a moment, because a moment implies there's a start and a finish to this moment. And if you're hearing this with the words of your heart, there is, and not trying to analyze this with the brain, there is no end to this moment, is there? It's just now. There is no end to this moment. And this is key, because I'm pointing to a lot of things here, and different things are gonna click with different people. So I'm just gonna channel through what's coming through. The quantum womb of creation, your life force energy that created you, is your truest essence that is experiencing right now being a human that you call you. But the you that you call you is not your true identity. You have a case of mistaken identity. You believe yourself to be a person with specific roles that you play. You believe yourself to be this body. You believe yourself to be the thoughts that you're having, or the emotions that you're having, or the memories you're remembering, or the projections that you're having. You identify with the vessel as you, and you identify as, let's say, your name. It's very, let's just break it down, like everything, your personality. So let's just break this down, because this is key, and this is going to point you into having a direct experience with your true nature. And until you have a direct experience with your true nature, it will remain conceptual. And how do you know it's conceptual? You know it's conceptual for you when you can truly understand this. You can even talk about it, and maybe you can teach it, but you still feel like it's not your lived it's not a lived experience. It's conceptual. And so I'm going to guide you through some pointers here. Let's just say, for the time being, you can have it all back in a minute. And if you even want to close your eyes, if it's safe and you're not driving or something like that, you can close your eyes. I want you to bring your awareness inward. Let's just take a couple of breaths together. First, let's go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths on your own. One hand over your heart, one hand over your womb. Relaxing the body on each exhale. Softening and deepening into the body on each exhale. Bringing your awareness into the body. Dropping out of the head and into the body. Breathing, surrendering, and softening on each exhale. Now, with your eyes closed, if it's safe to have your eyes closed right now. If not, you may even want to pause this and come back to it or listen to it again. But even if your eyes are open, this, you can still follow along. And what I'm going to ask you to do is listen with your essence. Listen with your heart, not with the ears of the mind that tries to figure everything out. This is not a journey of the mind. This is a journey of your heart. Your heart speaks in frequency. Your heart speaks in felt presence. For the time being, you can have it all back. I want you to drop your name. Just let it go. Just let your name go. I want you to drop the body. You know you're not your name. It's just a label. You know you're not your body. How do you know you're not your name? How do you know you're not your body? Well, if I changed your name to some other name, if you're Sally and I started calling you Rebecca, does that change you? Are you still there? What part of you is still there if we just changed your name? You would still be there, right? Okay. You are not your body. You could technically lose or have limbs on your body removed right now. You could technically go into surgery and have organ transplants, and you could wake up and have a totally different body. Would you still be there? What part of you would still be there? You may say that you are the mind. But what is the mind? Let's explore it. Right now, the mind appears as thoughts, it appears as memories, it appears as projections into a future. Are you a thought? Are you a future projection? Are you a memory? Your thoughts can come and go, right? Your thoughts can exist in your awareness, and all different types of thoughts, thoughts you enjoy, thoughts you don't enjoy. You are not your thought. You are not a memory, and you're not a projection into the future. These thoughts are like clouds passing through your spacious awareness that is always here and always now. You are not your personality. Your personality most likely has changed over the years, has it not? Are you still there, regardless of your personality shifting or your character shifting? Are you still there? What part of you is still there over the course of your life experience and all the different scenes that you've been playing, all the different seasons of your life where you have played a different character, a different personality, a different role? Maybe at some point you were a student, now maybe you're a mother. What part of you has been there the whole time? That's never left, that's always been there, regardless of the role, regardless of your personality, regardless of your character that you happen to be expressing in that moment. What part of you is still there? I'm not asking you to jump up to the mind, so bring your awareness back into your heart. Go into the past with your memory, into a time that you have a clear, vivid memory, preferably something pleasing. Why not? Maybe it was a day ago, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, maybe it was 5 years ago, maybe it was 20 years ago. But go into a scene of your life that happened prior to this moment that appears to be in a memory. How are you aware that you were there experiencing that? How do you know that you were there? What part of you was there experiencing that experience? Now bring your awareness to a more recent moment, let's say yesterday or an hour ago. How do you know you were there? You might say, well, because I was there. You were aware. You were there. What part of you was there? Is it the same part of you that's here now? The same part of you that's been there through every season of your life, through every triumph, through every setback, the same part of you that's always there, that's never left you, that's eternally present. Let me ask you a question. Is there an age to this presence? Is it older or younger? This presence that's always there? It's ageless. Another way of saying that is it's timeless. Another way of saying that is it's eternal. Let me ask you another question. Is there an edge to this presence that's always been there? That's here now? That's never left? That's always here, always now? Has there ever been a time that this is not there? Is there an edge to this presence? Is there a boundary to this presence? Or is it boundless? Is it the same presence everywhere? Wherever you live, it's the same presence that's this field of energy, spaciousness. Presence is the same presence, spaciousness, field that is on the other side of the globe, that is the cosmos, that is all things. Let me ask you another question. Does this presence exist within the body? Or does the body exist within this presence? You are this presence, this timeless, eternal, boundless, spacious essence of which all creation exists within. There is no edge or boundary to you. You are limitless, timeless, eternal presence. It can only be felt, can it not? If you tried to explain, if you're still here, and you tried to explain this and put words to it, could you? We may come up with words and labels like spaciousness, presence, beingness, but is this graspable? Is this something that can be labeled and put in a box? Is this something that can be given to you or taken away? No, you're already it. You're already this. You're already one with all that is. And from this grounded presence, there's really no way to describe this. You be the timeless, eternal presence. You can only be it. It's not conceptual. It's not something that can be grasped by the mind. You can only be here now. You can only be here now. And as you live from and as this presence, the character, the personality, the identity, the small separate sense of self dissolves. It never, you never were this compilation of thoughts, memories, projections, emotions, the body, the character, the personality, the roles, the name. These are all being played by you. You are the animating presence playing that unique, beautiful expression of the one. It would be more accurate to say that the you that you think you are and have been in this life experience is a verb. You are infinite intelligence expressing, being. Notice ing. It's life in motion, expressing, being the you that you think you are. I am the animating presence, Sarah-ing, Sarah's unique expression. We are all unique expressions of the one. Let me ask you another question if you're still here. Here now, as the presence that you are there any problems? Are there any things to worry about in this presence? Only if you go back to the mind do you have a problem. Do you have something that needs to be solved, something that you need to worry about? And I know this doesn't make logical sense to the mind that is rooted in survival mode and constant threat prevention, but you are not here to live in a state of fight or flight and threat prevention, trapped in a conceptual reality and a prison of the mind and your own making. You are here as a free, sovereign, limitless being of love and light, expressing your unique individual expression of the one. And this doesn't make logical sense to the mind because the mind thinks it has to solve all of your perceived apparent problems. But what I'm giving you right now are the cheat codes to come home to your grounded presence, your 0 point, and live from and as the life force energy, the presence, the divine essence that you are, and create from this as this. This is the quantum womb of creation, where all timelines are available to you as you remember who you truly are. You can play with whatever identity you want because you will not be attached or needing validation because you know who the fuck you are. And so then life gets to be the game that you came here to play, where you can play whatever identity you want for the fun of it. Because why not? Because you're infinite intelligence in human form. Fully embodied in your divinity and fully human. We're not denying our humanity. The joy, the fun, the play is being able to create through this human form, embodied in your divinity, not trapped in a mental prison of your own making, where you are the victim of circumstance. There are no words for what you are. You will never think your way here. You will never be able to check off enough boxes to be here now as you. The very act of doing that implies separation and that you are not already it. And that is the illusion. That is the illusion. If you're resonating with this, you're here to move beyond, and I'm using words, so that's already limited, but move beyond separation, fear-based consciousness, and wake down into fully embodying the presence, the divine essence that you are, embodied in unity, heart-centered consciousness, where you are one with all of creation. This is what is meant by when you hear words and statements like the entire universe exists within you. There are no more words that I need to add to this transmission, so I'm going to end it here. Namaste.